Hi, Nani Stevens and Bucky Brooks here with your rapid recap presented by Dreamfinders Homes. We saw some joint practices with the Lions this week, and because the starters got some quality reps there, Doug didn't feel the need to play them in this game. Can reps in training camp joint practice be just as good as a game?
It's actually better. It's better because you get the intensity of the game, but in a controlled environment. So you're able, as a coach, to get my first offense versus their first defense, run through the plays, get the intensity, but my quarterback is protected because it's a controlled environment. Whereas in a preseason game, when you're playing, anything can happen. And so coaches like that because they get all of the benefits of a preseason game without mitigating some of the risks. And so when you have 2 days of joint practices, it then allows you to rest the starters because you got the work done during the week.
Because of that, we saw a lot of the young guys that we were talking about being consistent from that first preseason game to this one. Is there anyone that you felt like built off that performance that really showed and got themselves a roster spot maybe?
Well, look, man, the star of everything is going to be Tank Bigsby. Everyone is excited about his ability to run the ball. And what we got a chance to see is not only can he run with power and physicality inside, but he has a little wiggle, can get outside. So when you think about he and Dearness Johnson being able to kind of play that role as a power back, the coaches are going to have some tough decisions because Jermichael Hasty's also shown up in the past. And so now that running back room with Travis Etienne, you have a lot of depth, a lot of talent, and it really mirrors some of the stuff that Doug was able to do when he was with the Philadelphia Eagles.
We did unfortunately see some injuries today, mostly to the offensive line, which was one of their depth positions probably starting training camp. Does that affect who you play in the third preseason game?
No, I mean, Doug is on record saying he wants the first offense and defense to get enough rhythm, so they'll play a half. But it does concern you a little bit because it was kind of a strong position going in training camp. Injuries have changed that, but what you're hoping, you got 3 weeks. You got the game next week, you got 2 weeks in between before you play that first regular season game. You're hoping that you can get some of those guys back and you're ready to go.
Jags do well in preseason game 2. We're headed back to Florida.